Look, today we saw the loss of 6,000 jobs at Qantas. That's 1 in 5 jobs gone, and a total of the 50% of the workforce stood down. I heard what the union said today, John Ruddy, because I know you did. What's your call on Alan Joyce's decision today? If those 6,000 are not getting a job in, at least for 4 years, you can't bridge them on JobKeeper for that long.
Look, well, absolutely. It's not Alan Joyce's fault. He's actually... we may not agree with some of his political positions, but Alan Joyce is a magnificent CEO. He had a big fight with the unions 10 years ago, and that was a bitter fight. He won it, and he has made Qantas one of the strongest airline companies in the world. But look, there's not much Alan Joyce can do about it because the government has shut down our borders. OK, now, Chris, in human history, from time to time, there's these things called mass hysterical delusions, where people get all whipped up about a particular issue and it sort of overtakes the community. And when the dust passes and we look back at in the future, there's usually no substance to it. Now, right now, we've got 3 of these mass delusions hitting us. We've got the racism delusion, that all these, Australia and America and England are riddled with race, and that's all nonsense. We're the most race-friendly country on the planet. Then we've got this virus, OK, which is, look, the latest data is, Ross, Chris, it's like 2, maybe 3 times worse than the regular flu. Now we've got the third delusion is the economic carnage. ScoMo says today to the 6,000 Qantas people, we'll look after you. And then he goes and hands out endless millions to the arts community. What those Qantas staff members should be doing, Chris, is this. They should be marching down the main street of Sydney and Melbourne and the other capital cities and saying, reopen our borders. We've got to toughen up here because if we keep going with this economic insanity, we're going to end up like Venezuela. We're going to wreck the future of our country. Now, I know that if we do that there will be an increase in COVID deaths. But look, there's 5,000 people have died in Sweden. The average age is 85. Now, I know that's not great, OK, but I mean, the choice is we wreck Australia for the next 2 generations. So exactly. What do we want to do?
Exactly. I want to talk about someone who's delusional, Prue Macsween, a man by the name of Malcolm Turnbull, who's telling the government now's the time to go green. So he's not only telling us don't touch coal, he's now got very, very nasty towards gas. He's a hater of gas, despite the fact that under his rules it emits a lot less CO2. The bloke can't help himself. He's got to be the most miserable old ghost we've ever had.
Oh, definitely. And, I mean, he and Adam Bandt are both pushing this barrow and, the 2 biggest losers of Australia. So, that'd be a big cross straight away. I mean, this coal, clean, green energy thing is a joke. What we need to be talking about and what the government needs to be considering is nuclear. It's not even on the radar, even though I think Angus Taylor did launch some sort of an inquiry in 2019. We've never heard the end of anything from it. But we all know that post-corona, and in fact, as John was saying, I mean, we have to live with corona until there is some sort of a cure, if there ever will be, because frankly, this is the 19th COVID. There hasn't been a cure so far. I mean, we need to understand that we have to live with it and we have to get on with it and get jobs going. And we can't get investors in big company investors attracted to this country or opening up themselves if we don't have cheap and reliable power.
Exactly.
Instead of pumping water up a bloody hill and relying on unreliable wind and solar and batteries, get to the fossil fuels. We've got it and we've got nuclear, and let's get real if we really want to save this country and get it going again.
Yeah, so not only, Liz Storer, do we have an abundant supply of coal, we've got an abundant supply of gas as well, if we allow companies to take it out of the ground. And he's turned on that as well. I don't understand what he thinks will happen overnight. What, because of our population growth, we'll find more new baseload power from wind and solar? Shell came out 2 months ago. The boss of Shell came out and says it's not going to happen for decades, plural.
It's absolutely farcical, Chris. And at a time like this, to be championing something that is going to drive us into the ground even further. I mean, what do we need right now? Oh, really expensive, unreliable power for thousands of millions of mainstream Australians. It's utterly farcical. And personally, I can't believe that anyone's listening to a thing this guy's got left to say, especially after he published his memoirs, or should we say gossip rag.
Yeah, exactly. We should just leave him alone. We might ban him on the program from here on in, at least until the end of the year when he finds something else to whinge about.